sapiens, a term which refers to the human species, the mankind. Has from Latin homo, which means a human being, and sapiens, which means wise, intelligent, reasonable. Hello, wise men and women. Hello, reasonable members of the jury. Today, we're going to talk about equality between men and women. In order to answer this question, I'll make two comparisons and then use some thoughts of famous women from the past. So, first, as every sanitary man, you should only have a place you call home. You know, an apartment, could be a house. Anyway, so where do you buy some furniture? IKEA, of course. So when I went to IKEA to buy a wonderful smörgåstårta, I thought about something. You see, it was the catalogs, you see the display of the furniture, but I wonder about something. What does it show, actually? What is shown there? Does it show how apartments looks like? No, it's a myth. I mean, every apartment does not look like an IKEA store. It shows you how your apartment should look like, or even though how you think your apartment should look like, or everyone's apartment should look like. It's not true. It's a myth. And I think that we should see equality between men and women the same. Men and women are fundamentally different, and we tend to make some ideals of men and women. We tend to think that there's a perfect woman, a perfect man, and a perfect apartment. But it's not true. It's a myth. Then, let's take a second example. Imagine that I went to IKEA to buy a splendid table, not like this one. Imagine that you put the box, take it back home, you unpack the pieces, take like this leg, this surface, you know. They are two different pieces, they're not the same. But when you put them together, it makes a whole, a table. And I think we should see equality between men and women the same, because men and women are fundamentally different. They're not the same pieces of wood, but when you put them together, they make a whole, the human species. Because you see, we tend to think that men should be, sporty, be strong. Men should have a sense of fashion, be slim, all of that. But it's not true, and fundamentally they are different. But the union, the alliance, make something bigger and makes equality. Now let's talk about some thoughts of famous women. A woman called Emma Watson, in 2014, for the He for She campaign at the United Nations, said that it's time that we all perceive gender on a spectrum instead of two sets of opposing ideals. If we stop defining each other by what we are not and start defining ourselves by who we are, we can all be freer. Emma Watson, 2014. So, what it means is that equality makes freedom. Equality makes freedom. And it's just one simple thing. Also, a second woman, Simone de Beauvoir, in 1949, wrote Le Deuxième Sexe. In her book, it said that men wrote history, and men set the social norms that we have today. And the problem is that modern feminism tends to make women look like men. They tend to let the girls have the same rights as men. It should not go like this. It's like a one-way road. It's not how it should like this. I could have spoken to you about how men and women struggle to get some rights. About how women were like slaves for decades. But I think it's more important to go beyond, to look further, to look for the future. I think that we should see equality as different as we see it from now. We should seek for a true equality, and we should seek for our own individual being. Our true equality is our species, the mankind. We are all different, but we are all the same, as a whole, as part of the mankind. What you do in your life defines what is our species. As a conclusion, I think that you should not seek for social norms, but for your own ideals, all part of the mankind. We are a whole, we make a great family, and we must fit our definition. We are Homo sapiens, the wise humans. Thank you.